Good morning. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church, right here in the beautiful city of Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today my special guest is Miss Lynn Huckabee. Welcome, Lynn.
Hey, thank you for having me. What a blessing it is to be here.
Well, wonderful. Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I am the manager of the Best Year Senior Center, which is in Parks and Recreation. So that's a little big part of myself. And the other part is I'm married with 2 children and 4 grandchildren.
Wow, okay. Okay, so let's talk about the Best Year Center, because now, who qualifies to be in the Best Year Center?
I know. You know, I have gone out and give presentations, and people will say, oh, yeah, that's that place for the old people.
The old people.
The old people. We can't relate to that,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the old people. And I went, that is such a myth, because if you come inside the building, it's vibrancy. It's young people. And Miss Landry may be in her 80s, but her body looks and feels like a 30-year-old. Why? Because she exercises, she takes care of herself, she eats right, she doesn't have any bad habits, she's ditched them or never had them. And so it's a young, vibrant place. It's for a mixture of elderly, I guess. And it's not elderly. We took the senior out of it. I mean, the baby boomers can't even be called seniors.
Hold on a second, Lynn. You say you took the senior out of it.
It used to be Best Year Senior Center,
yeah.
But no one saw themselves as a senior, so it's Best Year Center.
That's good. That's good.
The best
hey,
year.
tell me this: how long has the Best Year Center been around?
Since almost 39 years, 1978.
1978.
1978, we had some retirees, some worker retirees, I believe this is how the story went, that went to City Council and said, hey, we're retired and we still want a place to go and be active. And so the city, of course, did the research, and through a Recreation Recovery Act, they found some funds. And so between the Recovery Act, the state money and city money, they opened up the Best Year Center with a dominoes group and a ceramic group that had one kiln to fire up their ceramics. And now, 39 years later, there are over 35 programs.
Wow.
There are 62 people in the ceramic class with 4 kilns, and we are so busy with fun and life.
Okay, so now, again, what's the age group? I mean,
okay.
For the best years.
For the best years. Well, that has changed too. It's evolved. It's usually you look at around 50, 55 and on up.
Oh, Lynn, I'm there.
I know you're just a baby though. You're just a baby. And but working with Lamar University, we work a lot with the interns and the nursing program, and so we're bringing in younger folks in their 40s that want to line dance with us. They want to freshen up their technology, and so all our programs are ran by professional volunteers. We are volunteer driven, and they are dedicated. The leaders have given their life. It's a lifelong process of learning and giving back and volunteering. So they give to the Best Year Center, which gives us credibility programs.
So what type of programs do you offer at the Best Year Center?
Well, we try to look at the 6 dimensions of wellness.
The 6 dimensions of wellness.
Of wellness. Our motto is commit to be fit.
Okay, commit to be fit. Okay.
Commit to be fit. So we want our community to be a healthy community, right? And so we look at their physical, their intellectual, our spiritual, emotional. We look at all these things that make us healthy in life. And we're supposed to live a meaningful, purposeful life. So we have Lots of a variety of exercises.
So that's the physical part.
That's your physical.
So I mean, you have aerobics and things of that sort?
We have a gym where you can work out alone with marathon fitness equipment. We have Kaiser, that aromatic equipment for seniors, because we're not going to use 400 pounds of weight. We're just going to use air.
Hey, Lynn, you're not doing Taebo or nothing like that, are you?
We're doing Tai Chi.
Tai Chi?
Tai Chi and Zumba. We have a walking class. Yes, Tai Chi is fabulous. And yoga. And we find that the Tai Chi and yoga are more beneficial to those that have arthritis, diabetics, that need just to stretch the muscles and not give it that heavy workout.
Yeah.
But then you have your young, mature, not even seniors, your
in their best years,
mature, active people that like to hit that treadmill and do the upper body, lower body. So they do that alone. Yeah, and that's what
So what are some of the emotional activities that you do?
Emotional can hit anybody at any time, because, you know, we're going along life and then we hit a bump in the road. And especially in our older years, we tend to lose not only loved ones, you know, our siblings, our spouses, but also maybe eyesight diminishes, or our leg, or we get the notice we are diabetic. We get these illnesses. So emotional, we have a class called Stepping Stones. And it meets every Thursday at 10 a.m. And it's a quiet little support group.
Wow.
That you can talk about your hurts and your feelings, because we don't want you to remain there. We want you to move on and get well. And so we have that. And Tai Chi also is a good emotional exercise class that helps you put your troubles up in the sky, or you put them.
Yeah,
I know you'll have to come to a Tai Chi class and talk to Mark Taylor.
Okay.
He's fabulous.
Okay, what about your intellectual activities that you have?
Our intellectual is learning new things. We are meant to learn new things, so we have technology classes.
So hold on a second, Lynn. So in the technology class, you're talking about computers and iPhones. So you're teaching them how to take selfies?
Yes. Oh, yes. And Skype. You know how to talk to that granddaughter that lives in California.
Listen, I don't even know how to Skype.
Yes, you have to. We're all spread out. We need to stay in touch with each other. So yeah, we teach them all the modern things, beginning computer classes to Microsoft Word to Excel to keep up your bank statements, a number of things. And also intellectual could be a trip, you know, going and learning something new. So.
Okay, now here's the biggest question I think we need to ask today. How much does it cost for a person who is 50 plus to be a part of the Best Year Center?
It is free.
No, it's what? It's absolutely free.
It is free with the exception of a few little costs, minimum costs. It's free to enroll. You come by and fill out a short form, a registration form, and then most classes are free. All the physical classes, the water aerobics, all are free. Now, what?
Hold on. You said water aerobics?
Yes, we do water aerobics.
You didn't say that earlier, Lynn.
We do. We do water aerobics with the Holiday Inn on Walden Road all through the fall and spring. So the water's hot. And they have been so generous to us. They keep the water above 90, and we have a blast. Then during the summer months, we moved to Alice Keith Park, where, you know, Alice Keith and Sterling Pruitt Park have wonderful swimming pools.
Yes, they do.
Wonderful. And perfect for adults because they have the beach entry.
Yeah.
And we have our noodles, and we exercise and bend them and stretch. And yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to come join us?
I might. Hey, look,
That
Lynn.
is free.
Lynn, I'm 50 now, so I qualify.
Yes, you do.
I qualify.
And we need your humor.
You need my humor?
Yeah, we need.
Okay, but you were saying it was free. I'm sorry, you said it?
Free with a minimum cost. You know, we supply coffee. A lot of your mature adults like coffee, so it's $1 a cup still. $1 a cup.
$1 a cup?
A quarter
Well, I
cup.
don't drink coffee, but I mean, you know.
And our ceramics cost. Our ceramic, if you want a startup, is $15 with all your brushes and sponges and paints, and then whatever you order. It could be 25 cents to $30 if you did a 4-piece canister set with decals. The technology classes are $10 for 8 weeks.
Okay.
$10 for 8 weeks?
Yeah.
Now the rest of the funding comes, the bulk of it comes from the city of Beaumont, and then we do donations. My job is to write for grants, and we always accept donations. In some of your plants, like ExxonMobil, if they have retirees that volunteer their time, they will repay us for their time.
Wow.
So if you work at a plant or someone that has that community availability to come let us know, we can always use volunteers. We have right at 140 volunteers, and they are the dream team. They are what makes the center work.
Wow.
And when talking about emotional, if you are having a down day, come to the center, and we always make you feel welcome, and we hope we make you feel loved, because we want you to be purposeful. And we have many stories of those that have surgeries and or loss of spouse and have come to the center and said, hey, I would have came many years earlier had I known how much fun you guys have.
Hey, and you also, I looked at your brochure and your newsletter. I mean, you have young people coming through there all the time. I mean, I seen on one of them you had a talent show with the young people.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, our first time talent show, and we hope to do this annually in May, because May is Older Recognition Month by the National Aging Council.
Okay.
And this year the theme was age out loud. And so we thought, how can we age out loud? Let's have a talent show. So we invited all ages, and we had seniors that danced and sang, and then we had a young group that came in, and they did the exact same thing. You talk about talent.
So hold up, man. So
Yes.
so at
Can
the
you
best.
sing and dance?
No, I can't. I was just gonna ask you that. So y'all were cutting the rug.
Yes, we love to cut rugs. We are the scissors. We invented them.
Hey, listen.
It's all
Another
about
good
fun and health.
Another good thing is you guys are going to get a brand new facility out here.
Yes. We have been in the old Navy and Marine recruiting building since '78.
Yeah.
And it looks old on the outside, and a lot of people pass by and say, do y'all live there because of all the windows? I go, no, I do some days, but no. It's Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and we do not live there. It's vibrant in the inside, but the new building will be 22,000 square feet.
Wow.
Each room has been planned by Rob Clark, who is the architecture, to be meaningful, purposeful, and it's just by that beautiful
The event
lake.
center, yeah, and
And
by the lake.
event
Oh my
center.
goodness, yes, this is
And
going
we
to
have
be
our
beautiful.
talent show at the event center, and we hope to do a lot of activities there. But it's so remarkable because it is really going to be built for the next, 6 to 7 generations.
Hey, built for my generation. Look, I'm right there. Look, hey, man, I got my AARP card.
You better keep that too. It really helps when traveling. But yeah, the building, even the floral outside will be designed with, with herbs and senses and flowers that will attract and be healing. Be a healing nature. We have a walkway path around the pond. We cannot wait to have many more activities, innovative, creative activities.
Now, do you have a projected date on when you're going to go into the new facility?
Our date is the early 2018.
Okay.
Hopefully January, but or maybe before, or maybe afterwards, but it will be soon. They're building it. I mean, you can drive by now and see how fast it's progressed.
So where are you currently located at?
We are at 740 South 4th Street. We're next to Central Park, next to the tennis courts. between Fannin and College.
Okay. Now, and what's the times of operation that you have?
7:30 a.m. To 4:30 p.m. Well, we usually lock the doors around 4:15.
Okay.
Because people kept playing dominoes or bridge or duplicate bridge over the 4:30, and we'd set the alarm on them. So we had, okay, we're going to have to move this up to 4:15. Because it's just once you are inside, you will feel very attracted to all the programs and the people that participate.
Well, listen, Lynn, tell the people who are watching today, those that meet that requirement, 50 plus, how they can get in contact with the Best Year Center, and then before we conclude today.
Now, let me express, you can come younger. You do not have to be 50. If you would like to be a volunteer and you would like to teach something, we would love for you. And then we have an annual senior Mardi Gras that takes a lot of energy to put on, so we love those younger folks, you know. So it can be really any age, but give us a call at 838-1902.
All right. Well, listen, I want to thank Lynn for coming over from the Best Year Center to talk to us about all the activities that go on there at the Best Year Center. Hey, listen, I'm just a jovial kind of guy. I do meet that requirement, 50 plus, to be a part of that. And listen, if you're watching today and you're sitting at home and you are in your best years, listen, you don't have to be there all alone by yourself. So join in with others who are in your age group and that have the activities to do. So I want to thank you for joining us and here on What's Happening in Our Neighborhood, and we will see you next time on our broadcast. Hello, I'm Dr. Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church right here in the beautiful city of Beaumont, Texas. I just wanted to take a few moments to let you know about the many platforms we have here at our church in spreading the Word of God so that it can feed your faith and grow your spirit. Now, you know, Romans chapter 10 and verse 17 says, "So that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God." So as the technology advances in this world, so must our way of sharing the gospel. And so we have taken these platforms now to share with you the gospel of Jesus Christ. You can find out what goes on in our community and all the surrounding areas by watching what we call What's Happening in Our Neighborhood. This is where we talk with local officials, city, federal, public figures, entrepreneurs, ministers, to find out what's going on in our community. So that's every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. And then at 12 o'clock, we have what we call Soul Food. Soul Food has been designed to feed you the Word of God. It's a lesson that I've taught to share with you the good news of Jesus Christ, to build your faith. And that's what we're about doing here in our church, is building your faith. While you're at lunch, while you're eating your potato chips, while you're eating your hamburger and your fries, hey, listen, you can watch Soul Food and enrich your life. So you may be asking, Pastor Sharp, how can I watch What's Happening in Our Neighborhood? How can I watch Soul Food at 12 noon? Well, we have 3 different platforms that you can utilize in order to build your faith. First of all, you can go to our website. It is www.livestream.tv/FCCCBMT247. Yes, you can go there anytime, 24 hours a day, and you can watch a broadcast that will feed your faith. Yes, we have our own station there on Roku, and all you have to do is just put Faith Christian Center Church, and you will find our channel. And then those of you who have a Facebook page, every day at 11 o'clock, every day at 12 noon, you can watch What's Happening in Our Neighborhood, what's going on with Soul Food, right there on the church's page or my personal page, and you will see a broadcast. I'm sure that you're going to be blessed by hearing the Word of God. So finally, let me thank those of you who have partnered with me in the past, who have watched the broadcast, who have been fed the Word of God. Thank you so much. Now listen, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you call a friend, text a friend, email a friend, or share this message with those that you love so that they can see the Word of God every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right here on Faith Television Network. Now remember this, we're building faith, we're building bridges, and we're building lives. And Romans chapter 12 and verse 3 says that God has dealt to every man the measure of faith.
When it comes to custom screen printing at Cotton Cargo,
we beat deadlines.
And with custom embroidery on shirts, jackets, and hats,
we beat deadlines.
With signs and banners,
we beat deadlines.
Plus with promotional products like coffee mugs, pens, tumblers, and more,
we beat deadlines.
So if you're looking for custom t-shirts, hats, or almost anything with your logo or message done fast and right, remember at Cotton Cargo,
we beat deadlines. How'd we do, Campy?
That was perfect.
When we encounter challenges in our lives as adults, we know how to go to the Word of God and speak life over our situation. But our children, they must be trained. The Word of God says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. I'm excited about my new book entitled Speak Victory, Children's Illustrated Book. This colorful book has scenarios that every child can relate to. They may encounter situations at school, with friends, or personal issues such as low self-esteem, peer pressure, and protection. It shows them how to speak victory. It will inspire them and give them hope for success. Yes, they have a voice and they should use it to speak victory. So order your copy today and help your child speak victory over their lives.
The death of a loved one is always traumatic. The choices you make in choosing a funeral service provider to care for you and your family would be very important. A single call to us would help alleviate the confusing and overwhelming feeling at the time of death. Here at Proctor's Mortuary, our motto is, we make the difference. We feel a great responsibility when entrusted with the needs of the families we are allowed to serve. Our commitment to professionalism, caring service, and dignity to our families will always exceed your expectations. We pledge our very best to you in all we do. Proctor's Mortuary, 4 locations to serve you.